If you edit raw recordings, it is the worst, as it can really take a long time to get to the good cuts. Here's my suggested, and what I normally do, to make things faster. Hi, my name is Heini, aka the Voice of Chief, and I've been editing audio since 2003, from using Cool Edit to Adobe Audition to now Pro Tools Studio, and currently I'm the production manager for Tag 91.1, the all-Filipino radio station here in the UAE. Okay, before I share how I can make things faster in editing raw recordings using Pro Tools Studio for beginners, and I'm referring to those who aren't as versed into audio editing, I know there will be some who edit who will make suggestions in the comments section, and I do welcome that. Just be gentle and don't be a troll, please. Please. Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, if you notice, I'm not in my studio right now. And just being honest, I'll tell you what happened. It's because, something happened with my interface and I couldn't figure out the frickin' screen record. But anyways, I made it work here in my home. So that's where we're going from. Okay? Okay. So right now you're seeing a session. I'm working on Pro Tools Studio. This is my DAW of choice. You can work on any DAW, whatever you're using. And basically, I'm just going to teach you how to make your editing raw recordings faster, especially if you're a beginner. Because tendency is, okay, so right here, we have a raw recording. It doesn't matter how long it is. For this example, it's 4 minutes long, okay? And this is a demo I made for a client. And so I got to clean out all of the bad takes, right? And when I'm going to submit this recording, I wanted to make sure that what the client will just hear are just the good takes, okay? So just an example. So this is a raw recording of like 4 minutes, like I said. And here it goes. So there's a sniff right there.
Conversational.
And there are certain IDs.
At first gen. At first gen. At first gen. At first gen.
Obviously, I'm still trying to figure out my groove and all here. So how do we make editing raw recordings faster? Number one, start from the tail end of your raw recording. Because tendency is, if you're the sound engineer or you're the voiceover, you move on once you're good with the take, right? So that would mean like the last take would more or less be your best take. If not, it could be the ones prior to that or prior to that and so on. It's really up to you how you want to do it. But usually, not all the time, you can work off from the last take, okay? So I'm going to work from the end here.
We light up 1 in 5 light bulbs in the country.
Okay, so I'm working with that. Well, what was mentioned before that?
In generating the country's largest supply of clean energy, we light up 1 in 5 light bulbs in the country.
Okay.
In generating the country's largest supply of...
Obviously, I made a mistake there, so I'm going to take this out. And step number 2, to make it a lot faster, if you're working on Pro Tools Studio, I don't know how... because I haven't been working on Adobe Audition for quite a while. If you have this feature, I would suggest you use it. On Pro Tools, I would work using Shuffle. I would work on the Shuffle mode. It's right here in the upper right. I'm trying to remember. There. So right now I'm on Slip, because if I delete this, it'll just delete the cut. But it's going to take me a lot of time. So like, okay, so now I have to move this closer to that one. And then let's say I don't know what this take is.
We proudly power homes and businesses through our zero coal portfolio. In generating...
Okay. And there's still a gap there. So let's say I want to move this. And there's still more of a space here. Then I have to manually drag it to move it closer. Right? Now, let me undo everything and show you what Shuffle mode does. Again, if you have this feature on any of your DAWs, I would suggest you do it. So in Shuffle mode, so I have to take note, I have to remove this, right? Okay, if I operate using Shuffle mode, if I delete this, it's going to bump those clips together. And I don't have to spend so much time in trying to make sure that everything is properly spaced together, also removing the bad takes. So again, if I were to play this out.
We proudly power homes and businesses through our zero coal portfolio. In generating the country's largest supply of clean energy, we light up 1 in 5 light bulbs in the country.
Okay, again, shuffle mode. Step 2 is shuffle mode. It saves a lot of time from you to like always manually dragging and bring each clip closer. Okay, now just to save on time, I was able to edit this raw recording, and here it is. Okay, so these are all the good takes that I like. Okay, so before we do, normally, okay, all of us editors, we apply whatever to the raw recording. Before you tamper with your raw recording, if you apply and if you render like any kind of normalizing, cleaning, or whatever you're doing, okay, don't touch what you just did. So this step number 3, okay, make a copy of that clean take. Okay, make a copy of that clean take and just, mute the original. Okay, now this is the time you apply whatever. If you're, just like me, I moved from Adobe to Pro Tools, and I brought this over, and I'll tell you why I brought this over. Okay, so I'm going to normalize that. Okay. So the reason why I brought, normalizing over to Pro Tools is because when I normalize, it makes it into one solid file. And that for me is like a winner. Okay. I forget how it works in Adobe. If it like, if I normalize this entire raw take, will it combine everything or will it just normalize everything, keeping each clip different? I'm not sure. But anyways, this is the best, for me, this is the best way. Okay. Now I have one full file that I can work with, keeping this copy separate from the original file. Okay. Now, why do I say make a copy? Again, just don't touch the original, because just in case the client says, oh, I don't, okay, let me just undo this. Oh, I don't like how you said, let's say this part. I don't like how you said this part. Okay, so what you can do is you can move this out. It's not, oh shoot, I'm still in shuffle mode. Move this out, mute it, and then you can go back to your original. Let me just go here. And then let's say it's this other take. And I can just swap this take for this one over here. Right? Now, if the client still doesn't like that take and whatever else, and it doesn't seem as cohesive with the recording, then that's the time you'll have to revoice everything. Okay, but before revoicing, at least you tried your best and tried to swap out whatever lines or whatever takes you had in your raw recording, put it in your final, and see if that works for the client. That way, you save a lot of time faster. So I hope this helps, and good luck.
Did you have fun? Okay, just to recap on how to edit faster using Pro Tools Studio. 1. Edit from the back, because the good takes are usually at the end. Not always, but usually at the end. So start at the back. 2. If you're using Pro Tools Studio, maximize the shuffle feature as it bumps clips together automatically, rather than you manually drag each clip next to one another, which only takes a few seconds, but accumulated, it's a lot of time. And 3, once you've chosen all the good takes, make a copy before you normalize or do whatever, so it all becomes into one file. Just in case a client wants a different take of a certain word or line from the raw recording, you can swap out that one with the one you gave and suggest it. Now, if the alternate still doesn't satisfy the client, then that's the time you re-record yourself, saving you a whole lot of time. There you go, the fastest way to edit raw recordings using Pro Tools Studio for beginners. If you want more editing tutorial videos, you know what to do.